Welcome back, everyone. I hope that you're having a fantastic day. I have another GalactiChat session for you, and I'm going to talk a little bit about where I started and where I'm going. I feel like a lot of artists and a lot of maybe business owners go through that stage where I don't know if they lose their way. I wouldn't say I've lost my way, but I guess want a bit more of a solid direction of where they're going. So if you'd like to settle in and listen to me ramble on about that, then please get your tea and please get your blankets and let's go. I once again have my Earl Grey tea, although one of my new favorites is the ginger nut chai from T2. If you can get your hands on some of that, it has the perfect Christmassy vibes. And I know it's not Christmas, but it's Christmas in July or something like that. But anyway, try it out if you like tea. So, one thing that I have been asked a lot recently is to make a video on why I started doing art, why I got into it, and how I got into it. So, I'll talk a little bit about that first, and then I will discuss where I want to go. So, my why is pretty easy to answer because I remember this very distinct moment in my life where I came back into doing art. So, I've always been a person who really likes the creative side of life. I really enjoyed art and drama and all that kind of stuff when I was at school. And I guess once I left school, I didn't have a purpose to do any of that anymore. So I didn't really participate in any art related things, aside from maybe a couple of paintings here and there for birthday presents or Christmas presents for my family and friends, but nothing really serious until my brother actually. So I have two brothers. I have they're both younger than me, but one is 6 years younger than, and one is 9 years younger. So the one that is in the middle decided that he was going to go to university and he was studying animation and illustration. And I went with him to a couple of his little open days and stuff. And I don't know, this kind of inspiration inside of me started up and I thought, you know what, I would really love to. Maybe it was a way to connect with him. Maybe it was a way to rekindle a part of my life that I really loved and I really missed. Maybe it was a combination of all of those things. But I challenged myself to 30 days of art. And I thought I'm going to try a whole bunch of different mediums and different styles and different subjects. And during that 30 days of art, I painted my cat Marty in watercolor, which I typically hated during high school. I was not a fan of watercolor. It was very unforgiving. We were using those really chalky like hockey puck looking things that they had in these wells, and it was just awful back at school. But I bought a really cheap palette from my local arts and crafts store, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to give watercolor a try. And all of a sudden, almost started my business from there because people started asking me to paint their pets and they started wanting to pay me, and it just kind of blossomed from there. So all of those things kind of came together and I rediscovered this passion that I had for art. And even during that phase, during that first year or two, I kind of almost lost my way again. Well, not lost my way, but because the only thing I was doing after that 30 days of art was pet portraits because people were asking me to do these pet portraits. So I almost felt stuck doing pet portraits. And that's why I started my YouTube channel because I really wanted to not break free of that, but I wanted to have the space to do something that made me happy as well. Not that pet portraits didn't make me happy, but I was finding that I wasn't doing things for myself. Sorry, my cat just jumped off on my desk. Sorry, I had to swap my tea out for a cat. If you need to do the same thing, then please feel free. This is Merlin, by the way, my baby Merlin. She wanted to join. Okay, I have transported the cat to a different location. I'm trying to record a video. Yeah, I know, I know, I know. You're very cute and I do love you, but I do have to record a video. Yeah? Is that okay? Now, where was I? I can't remember. Oh, yes, YouTube. So I started my YouTube channel to, I guess, keep myself accountable and to have a space where I could do the artwork that I wanted to do rather than the artwork that I was getting asked to do or getting paid to do at the time. And then I I guess when I started Twitch was when I stopped YouTube a little bit because I couldn't keep up with all of the things that I had to do, because it wasn't exactly more demanding than YouTube. Thank you, Melon. It wasn't exactly more demanding than YouTube. It was different in a different way. And I was having a lot more fun with it because I had this open interaction with my viewers, whereas on YouTube, I only have that. Here I am sitting recording some artwork for you guys, and I upload it, and then we can comment back and forth, but there's no live chat. There's no live interaction. You don't get that immediate, I don't want to say immediate payoff, because that's not the vibe that I try and bring to my Twitch or my YouTube. I don't want people to feel like a viewer. And I think that's where the difference lies, because I didn't have to treat people like a viewer. I didn't have to say like, well, here's my YouTube video, please watch it. It was more, okay, I'm going live, and people wanted to be there. I don't know. It just had this different vibe, and I dropped YouTube for a little bit because of that. And I do want to focus a little bit more on YouTube now that I have more of a schedule, which I did speak about in one of my other videos. But that's kind of where my artistic business, I guess, started, and how it started. I guess talking about why and the struggles that I've had throughout that time is, yeah, like it can definitely be a difficult road to choose. For me, there is no other option. And I know that sounds weird, and I know that sounds, I guess, one-minded or narrow-minded, but for me, it's the longest thing that I've ever been passionate about. It's the longest job that I've ever had, even though it's not always been a full-paying job. I've found it very difficult throughout my life to be a square peg trying to fit in a round hole. And I've never really found that place in life, in terms of, especially in terms of employment, in terms of jobs. And I've always felt a little bit out of step with everyone else. I've always felt slower than everyone else. I've always felt like I struggled way more than anyone else in that workplace or those workplaces. And I never knew why. And I still don't really understand or know why, just other than the fact that I know that I'm not exactly like the average person that can get up and go to a job and, spend however many hours there. I mean, real talk here, I was having major emotional breakdowns when I had a 3-hour shift 1 day a week at this one place that I had a job at, and that's obviously not a sustainable lifestyle. And it was really, really frustrating because I wanted so badly to be like everyone else. And I feel like starting my business and having that direction and having something that I can work towards, and if I work really hard, it will work, that has given me this purpose in life, this passion in life, and something that I was never going to be able to get from a regular job. And yeah, it's so hard. A lot of people can't do it. It's not for everyone. And it's kind of like, I guess a lot of people would see it with rose-colored glasses, because they're like, oh, you get to stay home and you get to choose your own hours and you get to choose what you work on. But it's never that easy. It still has its hardships. You do have to be really good at time management. You have to come up with ideas. If you're not doing something, then you're not going to get paid. If I don't stream for a week or two, I don't get the people viewing my stuff. It can be really, really difficult to balance that. And it's not like I can come home at the end of a day and forget about work or have my mind go blank and focus on things like playing games or watching TV or going out with friends, because my mind is constantly and always thinking about my business, about my artwork. And I think that might be one of the hardest things for people to understand and for people to actually do if it comes down to it. There's definitely things that are not just easy and breezy and the perfect life, but it's the life that I've chosen, and it's the life that I am the most happiest with, because I feel like I just have this purpose now. And if my purpose is to make people happy with my artwork and spread that, what I like to call galacta love. I that just it makes me so fulfilled, and I have been very, very fortunate to have a lot of people that are supportive around me and who have helped me through this journey. I definitely do not take that for granted. There's been so many people in my life that have been a huge support, especially my parents and my closest friends, and of course my partner. So yes, I am privileged in that sense, and I can flourish in that sense. But it doesn't diminish the hard work, and it doesn't diminish the fact that it is a difficult path to take. And if you are someone that needs that support, then here I am. I'm supporting you. You do it. You follow your dreams. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be really hard, but I believe in you and I believe that you can do it. This turned into like a pep talk and a real deep talk, didn't it? So anyway, I would like to talk a little bit about where I'd like to go in the future, because I feel like I'm at a little bit of a point in my business and my online persona where I don't want to say I feel stuck, but I feel like I would like to make things a little bit more cohesive. So it's not that I'm starting my business, because I did watch Illustrating Christie's video, who is a friend of mine from Twitch, and now she's got that game plan of starting her business like properly, and I can't really do the same type of vlog because I've already started. I'm definitely well into it, but I feel like there is a point where I think, okay, I would like things to be a little bit more cohesive. I have this vision and I have this vibe that I personally enjoy, but I don't implement. So I find that a lot of videos I watch and a lot of Twitch streams that I watch, they have this very particular cozy vibe, and none of that is implemented in what I do. So going forward, I would like to make things a little bit more I don't really know how to say, on brand maybe, or aligning with my views or aligning with my purpose. I keep going back to that purpose of making people smile and making people happy. And I know that I do that, but I would really love everything to reflect that and to make it very cohesive across all of my social medias and all of my artwork, and creating more things that create this universe, or that fit in with this universe that I've created. And I really am so excited to start on that and to start this new chapter of my business, because I really feel like I'm at a point where I can flourish in that way and I can explore these things that I have in my head and implement different things. And hey, if it works, then great. And if it doesn't, then I'll try something new. And that's the beauty of this, I guess, this industry that I'm in, that I find myself in. Like, I'm a content creator and I'm an artist, and I can really flourish here. And at least someone is going to enjoy it, or at least I hope so. So if that's you, then please comment, because I had some really lovely comments from my last video that made my heart just so happy to hear that people found me as their happy place. So that's a little bit about my backstory and my future. So make sure to stay tuned. I have a lot of ideas coming. First of all, I'll tell you one of my little ideas, but I would love to get a shelf. I have wanted a bookshelf in here behind me for a long time, but I have to get it from Galacta Mom's house. And doing that is a whole task in itself. So it might be a little while before I get the shelf. But when I do, I will definitely vlog it, setting it up, setting up what I put in there and everything like that. So I am really excited to change up the backdrop a little bit again. I really do love the blue, which is still relatively new. I think I've had it for about a year or so now. and I love it, but it's so much blue. There is so much blue, but it also means that my little plushy easel will go. Astro will be moved. So this is my little mascot Astro. He does light up on my streams if you wanted to say hello to him or anything like a follow, a subscribe, a raid, all the things that have alerts he lights up for. So if you wanted to go see him in action, please go to my Twitch channel, Galacticat93. And yeah, I am planning a few changes aesthetically like that and a few other changes as well. So make sure you look out for those across all of my social medias. I think the last one to change will be Instagram because I'm not, obviously, it's a little bit difficult to implement an aesthetic there in terms of graphics and all that kind of thing. I feel like graphic design and typography is my weak point. So maybe implementing a little bit more thought into those things is something that you might see across my channels here on YouTube and on Twitch. So look out for those kinds of things as well. So thank you for coming on my journey with me of finding my way, finding my path. It's not about starting my business again. It's about walking that path, that direction. I feel like I'm at maybe a crossroads, and I can only go forward from here, and I really, really look forward to sharing it with you. I think one thing I'm afraid of, or one thing that has stopped me from doing this previously, is the fear of not being good enough immediately and having to learn these things, especially with YouTube. Like, I would love to have these amazing YouTube videos that are well edited, that are well filmed, that have the perfect backdrop, that have the perfect lighting, that have the perfect blur in the background, which I can't figure out how to do yet. And I can't do it all immediately because I don't have those skills behind me yet. I have to learn them, and it's difficult because I want to learn them now. I want everything to be perfect now. But it is going to be a journey, and it is going to be one that I share with you. So enjoy the ride, and thank you so much for being here. I think that's all I have to talk about today, but thank you so much for sitting down with me and enjoying the GalacTeaChats, getting all cozy. I hope to see you back here in another 2 Mondays. So I do upload every second Monday, or I feel like some people got confused when I said every second Monday, which is definitely something we say in Australia, but I can't remember the alternative. Every other Monday? Every other Monday. I'll upload every other Monday. So see you in 2 Mondays' time. And until then, fare thee well, everyone. Mwah. Have a wonderful day. Oh, and one more thing before you go, don't forget to vote on our little sloth friend's name. We have had some amazing suggestions in the last video, so I'll put a poll in the community section if you wanted to go over there and, oh, hey, Melon. If you wanted to go over there and vote. We've had some great names like Gandalf, Sebastian, Winston, Pistachio, which is absolutely adorable, Stan and Mike, as in Mike Stand, Henry and Sleepy Sloth. So I will put that poll in the community section. I think I can do that. So here's our little sloth friend that holds on to my microphone. He's absolutely adorable. Look at him, but he does need a name. So go vote on the name, and thank you again for watching and for staying for that little last segment. Thanks. Bye. We see the undertow and we say, let's